1, 2, 3, sound check. Alright, it looks to be running. Sound looks to be good, guys. If you can hear me, please let me know. Alright, so welcome everybody to the live stream. I hope you are having a nice weekend and feeling good. LPCP plane spotting already in the chat. Hello, welcome, and welcome everybody to Adelaide, Australia. So, as it was voted, one of the options on the previous poll was to fly the King Air in Australia, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing today. So, yeah, welcome. I haven't flown in Australia for I can't even remember how much. I think I never actually flown there. So, definitely a country to explore, and it should be very, very cool. Aha, Tomer, hey, welcome to live stream. How are you? LPCP plane spotting. The flight is gonna be, I have no idea when, I'll tell you. On the sim, not on the next weekend. So, yeah, this flight today, guys, is gonna be slightly different. And I'm not gonna be going too much into talking right now, because we are actually in a flight emergency. I mean, not in a flight emergency, but we are gonna be responding to an emergency here on the simulator. And I have Emil with me here. He's on a King Air C90B G1000 version. He's gonna get ready to go. He's also flying the Royal Flying Doctor Service airplane with delivery, and he's gonna be attending the emergency as well. It is currently morning time because, well, in real life in Australia right now it's 1 a.m. so it wouldn't be possible to see absolutely anything. So I've switched the time so we can enjoy a little bit the views and make this flight actually possible. So yeah, we have just received a call and it's very urgent. There was a huge accident on the Stewart Highway in the Bonbon area of Australia, and there are some pretty damaged people there. I'm missing the name. Injured people right there, and Bonbon Airfield unfortunately is unserviceable right now because they were rebuilding the dirt strip, and so it is impossible to land there. So we will have to improvise and we will have to go into a new place. I hear that the first responders have prepared a road, but we don't have much information right now, so we're gonna have to figure it out on the go. So we don't have a lot of time. Luckily the ground crew already prepared the airplane, so the airplane is fueled up, and we can actually go into the airplane and start preparing all the stuff. We just need to do a very quick walk around and get going. Now I'm flying on the King Air 350 from AirfoilLabs. Emil is flying on the Freeware King Air C90B, and because his airplane is slightly slower than mine, he's gonna go first, and he also received the call first. So that's the plan basically. Flight 30, hey, welcome to live stream. I'm great. How about you? Are you feeling good? So yeah, I'm not going to talk too much right now about the flight. I'm just going to get started, and then we're gonna basically start with everything else. So let's come from the inside. Let's imagine we just have received the call and we know what's the mission, that we have to fly to the Bonbon area, and there is a road strip that was prepared for us to go there. So we have to prepare our airplane and get going as quickly as we can. So we need to remove everything. We need to make sure that it's looking good. We know that it is refueled and completely refueled, in fact. So it is good to go in terms of fuel. Not much for the planning part. It's just that we need to get everything else done. So just do a quick exterior inspection, make sure that everything looks good here, remove all the stuff, and take a look here at the props, make sure it's all nice. It looks to be nice, no damages, I don't see anything there, so that's great. I'm gonna remove the outer chock as well, and that looks all nice. Now before I do the rest of the pre-flight, let's get inside. Let's make sure, actually I should have checked first that the parking brake is set, so I hope the airplane will not start rolling. Let's open the door, get inside, and get going. Of course, we are running into VATSIM. Our call sign today is going to be FlyDoc 311. And we don't have a real medical evacuation interior, but we're going to pretend we have that. So let's just get inside here, check that the parking brake is set, the batteries are all off. Gens, for some reason, were not. So fuel pumps are all off, the flaps are in the right position. That is all good, that is all good. So let me just go and put the batteries on. And I'm just going to do the basic lights check very quickly on the outside to make sure it is all working. So we've got nav lights. There we go, Emil's already starting. That is working, and that is working. Beautiful. I think it's probably not powering up all the lights because they do take a lot of current, and I feel like only these white ones work with the battery. So we're going to switch that off. And let's go into the weight and balance here very quickly. So the airplane is filled up, absolutely full. That's great. We're gonna take a nurse and a doctor on board. So they will come with us, and let's say they weigh both 150 kilos. So CG's outside of the limits right now. That's fine. We're gonna add the crew. It's gonna be me and you guys. So let's go 150 as well. And now we are within the limits. And then we're gonna probably take 2 passengers. I think Emily's gonna take 2 passengers as well. 2 injured persons from that car accident. And we're gonna take another 2 on. So I'm gonna hit apply. The airplane is loaded up. So that's great. And we only have to check a couple of things from this point onwards. All right. So let's actually stay in the cockpit right now. And hey, Cooler, welcome to the stream. How are you? You feeling good? Are you ready to? Are you ready for some Australian action? It's gonna be pretty nice. So we are in Adelaide. The airstrip that we have is of course not on Sim Brief, and Bon Bon airstrip is not on Sim Brief as well, so that's going to be a challenge. Basically what I did is I found this waypoint on a little nav map, and it comes across fairly close to the area that the first responders told me where there is. Basically they said it's going to intercept with the road, and I think it's somewhere in this area. So we're gonna descend and we're gonna search for them. We do have the GPS on this airplane, so we should be able to locate the place without a big difficulty, sorry, and we should be able to set up Bon Bon airfield as well there. So probably my idea would be to go direct to there, and then once we're something like 40 miles, switch to Bon Bon airfield, and then just fly left, because there's like the strip should be right here. As you can see, Bon Bon airstrip should be somewhere. There it is. Right here, you basically don't see it, and then there's the Stewart Highway to where we should be looking for. So that's the plan, basically. The airplane is completely fueled up. As you can see here on the Sim Brief, we have a fuel deficit of minus 225 kilos. Well, that's because it doesn't do the calculations completely, and because our alternate is literally near Melbourne. So we do have to take a lot of fuel, but it should be no big deal. Daifuko, trying to watch this bits from work, risky business. I'll careful there, don't get yourself into trouble, and I love your frequent flyer badge. Welcome to the live stream. I hope everything is good with you. All right, so that is all set. Basically got maximum fuel. That it's all good. I've got Volanta as well to track our flight. We're going to be FlyDoc 311, and the only last thing we have to check is the winds and overall the area. So let's just use satellite view here to make sure that we do not have any significant weather. It does not look like, so that's great. And just checking the wind here, we should be somewhere here to the south of Mount Elba. The winds are looking like 8 knots southeast, 7 knots southeast. Yeah, this looks fairly good. So it's a variable somewhere between 8, 7, worst case scenario 9. So that's actually good. And of course we have to check the weather for Adelaide. Adelaide right now is a 110, good visibility, few clouds at 2000, temperature is 20, and QNH 1009er. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the cruise. I just think it's time to get going, so let's go. let's start. I mean, we are not first responders, but we definitely need to help those guys out. All right, close the door. Everybody's on board. Everybody's seated. I placed the doctor and the nurse in the back of the airplane on purpose because usually when you have a slightly aft center of gravity, you have a slightly better fuel consumption. So it's a little bit more efficient, and that's wonderful. So that's exactly what we want today, to have the maximum amount of fuel. Battery is looking good, so that is all off. Battery switch is going to come on, nav light is going to come on, beacon light is going to come on. All the rest is looking good. Engine anti-ice right now it's switched on. Just checking here, this is all fine. Put the props to forward, and we've got the pitch trim and rudder boost to off as well. Pitch trim is on. Sync crash flight 297, greetings from the shift. Don't get yourself into trouble as well. Alright, and that's all set up. The lights are good. No smoking, fast seatbelt sign is going to be on, and the rest can be off. Now, we're going to pretend that here the furnace and the coffee are going to be the medical equipment. So once we're going to get back from this trip, we're going to be enabling this. So to simulate like this would be a real emergency equipment. All right, standby pumps are on. The tanks are all full, so that's great. I don't know if the test works, but I'm going to assume that it does. The throttles are on idle. We have nobody around us. And because the King Air 350 from AirfoilLabs has a beautiful sound, I'm going to open the windows and I'm going to listen to that sound. So let's go. Starting number 2. You guys need to shout clear prop. Synchroshler already shouted it for us, so that's great. And it's time to go. Let's go. Turbine on this pull up above 12%, stabilizing. Introduce the fuel. Because the ITT rise. Stabilized at about 620, below 51%. Stabilizing, good. Everything is on the green, which is looking great. I'm gonna pull to high idle. Switch the right gen on. It picked up the load, so that's great. Battery's charging. Starting 1. Let's close that one. That's a good start. And stabilizing. Introducing the fuel. ITT stabilized. 610, 51%. Started cut off. ITT rollback. Everything's on the green. Gen 1 is on, picked up the load, great, and we can level the mixtures. Close this one. Alright, good. Now, inverters are going to come on, master avionics are going to come on. Auto fader, we're going to check that in a bit. Lights are all looking good, I'm going to leave that. This is all looking great as well. This is all fine. Pitch trim is going to be on. Rudder boost is going to be on. We're going to wait until that our electronic instruments are lining up. And we're going to come here and I'm going to insert Yankee Bravo Oscar. Should be here. I mean, X-Plane has it, so Bonbon, that's correct. I'm going to accept this, and this is the only one we're going to be using right now. Set the transponder to 2000 and put it to on, so that's great. And this is going to be a VFR departure out of here. We're not going to be spending any time waiting for anything, so straight climb out for flight level 260, initial climbing altitude, and we're going to set here cabin altitude for 260. That's set. Beautiful. Switch on the instrument lights so we can see a little bit better. Hatamer, I mean, coffee's a lifesaver. Yeah, indeed. Indeed it is for many people. I'm going to arm the oxygen here and just make sure that I didn't forget anything. So we need to check that. I'm going to is all good. Actually, we have nobody here, so let's do our governor check here. And our feather test. So let's pull up the props. Hold it there. And check that it feathers. It just did. And it will recover. Let's do the other one. And it feathered as well. Governor check complete. Auto feather is going to be armed already. Tax slide is going to come on. We do have our instruments aligned, so that's great. And now I just need to switch. I mean, I could use the panels, the side panels here, or I could just pop these out. And the instrument is down here. So let's first of all change the course to GPS. Nav data is going to be to wind speed, I want that, and we're gonna go with heading. Brilliant. Now, because in Adelaide the wind was 110 at 10, I'm gonna be going, so we are here in the Royal Flying Doctor service apron, the south part, and we will be going 110, I would go for runway 12, which is 1,652 meters. I could go there, but probably I'll take a little bit of time. Or 05, I could just go for runway 05. It's a 60 degrees crosswind from the right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for runway 05. That is it. So, quick briefing, guys. Departure is gonna be straight ahead, right-hand turn. So we're gonna avoid the city because we are near this city. And a right turn, climbing turn. Actually, I could just go left. It's probably be the easiest one. Left-hand turn, climbing direct to the field. So not a big departure briefing. Jesus Christ. All right, we just need to set our V1, VR, and V2 speeds. 102, 107, 114. Flaps are going to be up. We have a long runway, and we do have enough space. So beautiful. That is all set, let's go. Tax slide is on, transponder is on. I think I didn't submit the flight plan, but I'll do it on the flight. Captain Orange, hey, welcome to the live stream. I'm doing great, how about you? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead already with the heading and do it like some degrees offset. Brakes are released, clear left, clear right, tax slide is on. Reverse is working, so that's good. Let's go. Emil should have already departed. I hope so. Because otherwise we're going to catch up with him real fast. Oh, and we need to set the right QNH, of course. 1009er set. Alright. Clear on the right, clear on the left. This is a tiny taxiway. Make sure the flaps are up and set the QNH on the other side. Let me just check something. 2980. 2980. Reading the same. Clear on the right, clear on the left. Also, I just now noticed I've turned the wrong way and we have the wrong frequency set up, so I'm gonna do a 180 there and do 1228 on Unicom. I'm not sure if in Australia they use the advisory frequency. If you guys know that, please tell me. Captain Orange, gotta try AirMate on computer as well. I use the app on the phone. Yeah, it's a great app. Very, very good. Very useful for charts. Captain Orange, I finished my course. Tomorrow I will deliver the papers in Anak and hopefully get my CPL IR multi-engine in a few weeks. Awesome, man. Congratulations. That is amazing. Wow. Official unemployed. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Man, that's so cool. I'm so happy for you. That's great. That is really great. That is bloody amazing. Wow. How's the feeling? Incredible. Tazzy, good day, Vlad. Where have you landed? We are departing Adelaide and I'm proceeding to a customs trip because the other ones are a little bit too far, and I'm gonna leave those for later. So I'm gonna do my own scenery as well, like I did for this one. I'm just gonna improve, and we're gonna fly there on a jet. But I still want to talk to you on Discord. Have you joined the Discord? There's a link on the description of the live stream, so you can check and join there, so we can discuss. It's actually pretty impressive what you told me. It's amazing. Using the reverse there, or the beta range, to get it slow down. Honestly, I don't know how it feels like. It's just a start. Alright. Tazia, you're doing South Australia ops. Should have guessed. I believe the King Airs were retired from Western Australia a few years ago. I actually have no idea. I know that there are 2 King Airs flying right now in the northeast part of Australia, and one of them has this livery. It's just a different registration. Alright, the brakes are set. Let's just confirm that there is nobody on the approach and there is nobody flying around us. Yeah, Emil's already flying. Flight Hawk 15, and we should be ready. So let's go. Auto ignition is going to come on, and all the battery is armed. Strobe light's going to come on. Hot 5. But then I'm not going to switch the windshield anti-ice now. And transponder is going to go to alt. The rest is all done. Brakes are released. We are clear to go. Landing lights are on, and recognition can go on. That is clear. Adelaide traffic, Flight Hawk 311 lining up runway 05 for departure. Adelaide. 05 or 06? I think it was 06 actually. Tazzy, yep, just found time to join now. We'll go over and message there. Thank you very much, man. I do have more plans for Australia, so that's gonna be cool. Alright guys, let's go. Some takeoff OKs in chat, if you are a member of the channel. Let's pull up the props. Everything looks good. We are ready for takeoff. Props are good, and let's go for 90% on the torque. That's set. IGT is within the limits. Airspeed is alive. Watch out that torque increase. V1. Rotate. V2. Wait for blue line. Not enough runway, gear up. And once the gear is up, trim the airplane. Watch that torque. And landing light and taxi light off. Sway past 1,000 feet. Check, left hand turn. And I'm going to switch off the engine anti-ice, so we're going to have an ITT drop and a torque increase, monitoring that. That's good, within the limits. And let's activate nav on the autopilots, so our flight directors are actually showing the correct stuff. 140 knots, looking good. I can sync the heading now with the general direction. Away we go, 311 nautical miles. Past 3,000 feet, man, I love this King area, it is so powerful. 145 looks like a good climbing speed, so I'm going to maintain that. Yeah, 145 looks good to me. So now trim the airplane properly. Let's come here. IAS hold. Yacht Emperor. Autopilot. And altitude is armed, nav. Just make sure that the modes are all armed. So autopilot, yaw damper, GPS, IS hold, altitude armed, and trim. Brilliant. Let's adjust the torque. And now that we are up in the air, it's 15 degrees. Let's switch the windshield anti-ice to on and leave it there. Great. Let's go, cooler. Captain Orange, how's your course? You're doing the PPL right in time building. I finished the PPL already a long time ago. I finished the ATPL theory in July, and I'm now in the hour building phase because, well, basically I haven't flown at all during the ATPL part because I'm working, so I simply don't have the time. So yeah, right now I have 55 hours to fly, and it's been a little bit hard because of the weather. I haven't flown like in the past almost month, so a little bit sad, but what can I do? It's bad weather, literally. It's either wind or low ceiling, and there's not much I can do about it. So yeah. Tazzy, I sent over a message in the Discord idea stream section. Thank you very much. I will reply there after the stream. Alright, let's push the torque forwards. It's climbing pretty good. IGT is looking good. Tazzy, question. You are using X-Plane. Do I see buildings spawning on top of Orto? Yes, you do. You absolutely should see that. Captain Orange, that's nice, that's nice. Yeah, the weather hasn't been great. Yeah, it's... I mean, and I'm pretty unlucky because I have to work. Sometimes I give my availability for the flights. And on the time that I give and I can go flying, it is pretty bad. And then I go to work and it's like amazing days with clear skies, so... pretty disappointing. 10,000 feet recognition light is going to go off. Talent float is fine. That is all good. And yeah, all the rest is looking good. Just checking here the pressurization, making sure it's working. It is working. 500 feet a minute. Let me adjust that rate a little bit. It's slightly more. I want the rate to be at 500 feet a minute, so it is not very harsh on the passengers. And that's a bit lower than 500. Yeah, I like that one. Alright, good. We are going good. We're almost reached the limitation of the ITT. So if I keep adding more torque, there's not much I can do. So let me just add it a little bit more, and I don't want to exceed more than that. So looking good. Alright. Our Garmin is showing us 1 hour and 34 minutes. We're going to get there faster than that, because right now we do have a tailwind, but we're going to get a lot faster than this once we climb out. And yeah, it should be good. Fuel flow is looking good. Turbine, everything is looking great. AC is on. So airplane is looking great. Jazzy, how have you done that? I swear X-Plane requires a tech degree on the side, especially when that INI fails to work. Yeah, you know what's funny actually? Lately, what I have been noticing is that the INI file, maybe they've done something with the X-Plane beta, but I feel like the INI file right now has been updating by itself. Like when I add new scenery, it actually organizes the new scenery correctly. So I don't have to do anything, I'm not sure. But yeah, anyways, basically when you do the ortho, you have to check your overlay folder, because the overlays, like the buildings and all that stuff, they are done and placed there. So you do have to either link it through a link, or just put the folder there. In your custom scenery as well, otherwise you will not have any type of overlay. And we throw transition altitude, I think. me check. Transition altitude. What's the transition altitude in Australia? This is just the transition. Oh man, that's the problem. All the time you're reading different charts and then you don't have transition. And 10,000 feet. It is always 10,000 feet. Why not write it on the chart? It's not difficult. Anyways, 10,000 feet. So QNH 1013 is set here, and 29902 here is set. Good. Looking great. Also sorry for that one something. Let me silence that up. Looking good. Captain Orange, unfortunately we don't control the weather. Yeah, it's true. It's fine. It's fine. It's just, sometimes it just hurts a little bit, but it's mostly fine. Wow, looking nice. Look at that scenery. I'm gonna go outside view, so it might be a little bit loud. Not bad. It's looking pretty cool. Has he noted? Thank you. We'll try that when I get up in the morning. Alright. You can ask for help as well on Discord. There will be definitely somebody out there who can help you. Man, look at it. Really good. Alright, flight level 190. Still climbing pretty good. Look at our climb rate. 1,500 feet. Pretty nice. Captain Orange, been trying Microsoft 2024. I love that it only takes up 15 gigs, but the sim itself isn't that better than 2020. Don't know if it's my network, but the streaming of ground textures is awful for me. I think it's more of a server problem. And it's kind of one of the reasons I never want to try, or until now I never tried Microsoft 2024. Also because I bought 2020 when it was released, and it never worked as it should on my computer. Like, it always crashed past 15 to 30 minutes. Also, the physics are pretty bad, so I know that they are improved a lot on the on 2024, but and I spent 120 euros on the 2020 and I never used it. Literally never used it. So I don't feel like I want to spend more money with the sim again, just for the looks. I mean, it looks amazing, sure, but for me, it is more important the flying part. And X-Plane, it is quite good in that. Like, very good. Tazzy will do down kgs, Luis, that looks good. My problem with moving more into X-Plane ecosystems is the extreme amount of money it requires to have a modern experience. Are you using Reshade with some other mod? Actually, what you are seeing right now is literally all freeware apart from the airplane and the sim. So I'm not using any weather add-ons. I am not using any reshades because that kills frame rate, and I honestly think it mostly looks bad because, I mean, most of the people looks outside of the window and thinks this looks like crap because Microsoft looks a lot better, and they are wrong. They are wrong because real life looks exactly like this. You can't see too much. I mean, you definitely have days which are more clear than others, but most of the time it's like this. And look, this is Australia. During the day, I'm not joking. I mean, yesterday during the day in this region, it was 40 degrees Celsius. and where we are flying right now, it was 43 degrees Celsius. So because of that heat, there's a lot of haze as well. So for me, I mean, this is nighttime, absolutely realistic to me. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's like it is in real life. And the biggest pain that X-Plane gives you is, of course, the scenery. Microsoft, in that aspect, is a lot better, and like overall graphics. But for instance, I bought myself a 6 terabyte HDD drive for the Orto, and I mean, it's being paid off. I don't have the entire world, yeah, sure, but every time I want to fly somewhere, I can just do that area, and it's more or less fine. And if you fly mostly airliners, it's totally good, so totally fine. And I don't know, for example, New Zealand, I have New Zealand like in zoom level 17, the entire New Zealand, and it looks amazing because I fly a lot of VFR stuff there. And like Portugal and Spain is in high zoom level as well, because I do fly a bit of VFR there, or I like to have my I don't know, the places where I fly to see them in good high resolution. So it really depends. Alright, estimated time en route 1 hour and 13. Our ground speed right now is 224, looking good. We are 2,000 feet away from leveling off. Still climbing pretty good. Our ITT have dropped a little bit, so let me adjust the torque just so slightly. Just now, probably our limitation is going to be the turbine temperature. And I'm going to come here to the pilot handbook, and I'm going to go through the performance sections. And I want to see what is going to be the not maximum cruise power, but normal cruise power for flight level 260. We're not that heavy. I could actually check our weight here. So right now we are flying, let me put this into pounds. We are at 13.1 thousand pounds. So let's assume it's gonna be 14. So 26 torque per engine, 80. Wait, this is maximum cruise power, sorry. 74. And yeah, it probably will get there once we start leveling off. That was 800 feet to go. So we're looking for 74, 330 pounds per hour per engine. So yeah, you probably guys can't see very well this table, so I actually do have a PDF here of the oh well, this is the 300. Where is the 350 then? Let's actually check. 1,500 RPM. ISO 2674. Okay, it's the same. Alright, fine. I'm gonna see that. Alright, leveling off. We're now starting to accelerate, and because of that, we need to monitor our torque because it will increase with the speed. So I'm gonna actually drop it a little bit. Let the airplane accelerate. There's 160. Let's start slowly moving the props back to 1,500. Nice and slowly. There we go, prop sync is going to be on. Turbine is looking good, ITT is looking good. We're still accelerating, so I'm going to drop it just a tiny bit. Fuel flow is roughly 310, so it will increase probably a little bit. So far, looking good. Autopilot is doing a good job, 56 minutes and decreasing, so we will accelerate quite a bit. Killer. I also thought X-Plane had better colors when Microsoft is very HDR. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. HDR. For high altitude, yes, is Captain Orange. Actually, for 2004, it looks like Microsoft has also toned down the vibrant colors, so I like that. Yeah, I kind of feel like they did that. I mean, I saw some videos online, and it looks pretty amazing, I have to admit. And I have no problems admitting it. So, it's just the physics and the way the sim works. I don't really like it. I see the problem is the blurriness of panels and the anti-aliasing glitches from the early 2000s. I used X-Plane 11 a lot, not gonna lie, I was surprised they built the Fallout 76 with the graphics engine. But X-Plane has that 757. The 757 is amazing. Well, I know, I think they are working. I mean, I hope they are working on something. And, I mean, we're gonna wait. Right, I'm gonna wait and see what's up with that. So yeah, all right. I want to see some range. I wonder, can we actually see Emil on the screen? Doesn't look like. Yeah, it doesn't look like. No problem, we're looking good. ITT, torque and turbine all looking nice. Fuel consumption is looking nice, and we are flying right now with a ground speed of 307 knots. So that's very impressive for a turboprop. Newman, why use anti-aliasing at all? Just buy a high-res monitor. Newman. Oh my god, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but yes, you actually have a very good point, because I was using a 1080 monitor, and because of work I upgraded to a 2K panel, which is like 1440p, and basically I almost stopped using anti-aliasing. And it is funny because you actually see better, and you actually save some computer resources. So you definitely have a degree of certainty there. Alright, I'm going to set the decision height to 1,000 feet, so the radio altimeter will tell us once we are 1,000 feet above the field elevation or the terrain elevation, so we do have a reference once we are coming in for landing. Now, we do not have any radio aids. We don't have like a GPS position. It's going to be literally flying visually. My idea would be to do a low pass to make sure that the runway is clear, and so the guys know that we are coming. I mean, they would know that we are coming because they would definitely have a radio, and I think they do have. And so yeah, let me just finish reading the chat, and I want to talk a little bit about what is this Royal Flying Doctor Service, which I found really impressive and really interesting. That's why I decided to pick this up for Australia instead of just doing some normal ops. VFR, as I will say, physics-based camera is very enticing to get me back to X-Plane. I think the biggest problem is I love VFR flying, which X-Plane does fall short in unless you buy city sceneries. Tazzy, I see what you are saying, but at the same time, if you're gonna fly over the countryside, or I mean, depending on the place where are you flying, it is actually pretty okay. So unless you really want to see all those skyscrapers in the cities and the parks and all that stuff, yeah, Microsoft is 2000% better, but I mean, to have the airplanes behave as they should in real life, that's where X-Plane stands out. New man in VFR and X-Plane is, in my opinion, better than Microsoft with Ortos and X-World. Funny thing, I haven't been using X-World for a very long time. I think it actually drops performance a little bit, and there are places where it's not really good. Like, for example, in San Francisco, if you are doing the approach for runway 28, right or left, the lights, the approach lights, are actually a boat dock. So I mean, I have a live stream somewhere with it, and that was exactly due to X America being installed. So, I mean, after some fiddling, I just uninstalled it completely, and unless they will improve it somehow, I doubt I will be using it again. By the way, guys, check this out. We are flying 74 torque, as we just checked out with the manual, 1,500 RPM. And the fuel flow is, well, it is about 20 pounds per engine more than the than what was on the table. So that's actually pretty good. It looks like AirfoilLabs actually did a good job there. And we also need to account the fact that probably this is not exactly for ISO temperature, because, I mean, we are at flight level 260. Now, ISO temperature, it's 15 degrees at sea level, so 26 times 2, because it's 2 degrees per 1,000 feet, so it's going to be 52. 15 minus 52, let me see, it's going to be 42 and 37. It should be minus 37 here, and it's minus 15, so it's a lot warmer than in ISO conditions, so it is actually correct, the fact that we're using a little bit more fuel. Also, I'm pretty positive we should be, we probably overtook Emil, maybe. Actually no, so that's great. Probably we will catch up with him. Jesus, I've set 123.8, 1228. So actually, probably we'll catch up with them, with him, closer to the field, and that will be a lot more interesting. So yeah. Color that is through the 2024 light space is a massive upgrade over 2020. I also think of my merge, Newman. I'd like to press you on that. VFR is better than explain when Microsoft Flight Sim uses 3D procedurally generated photo gen. Captain Orange, the main problem for me with VFR and Explain is that yes, workflows are better, but take a lot of space and a lot of time to do so, so might as well use texture streaming with Microsoft. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think, like, it's good to have options, and from this point onwards, you can just use whatever you really want. So, I know you can also use texture streaming with Auto Orto, but it's more complicated. I actually found today a plugin for X-Plane 12 which kind of does Auto Orto but better. No idea how, but I think it's supposed to work better. I don't know how though. It's not 3D scenery everywhere, but using higher resolutions to get that performance downgrade. Captain Orange, I'm not sure if it's really... I mean, at least with the orthos, I don't feel that there's like a big performance issue. But yeah. My point exactly, Captain Orange. I have 3 terabytes of storage, but a lot is taken with the legal files lost to them. I can... Wow, alright. Dude, you have to know a lot. My stepbrother is also studying for to become a lawyer. Wow. It is hard. It is very hard. I can easily make space, but the technology for caching has existed for years. Explain did not adapt. I agree with that. I predominantly fly in Australia, which has a lot of world updates. Alright. The blurriness and resources cost makes AA a no-go for me. Makes sense. The good thing that we have options. True. I agree. In better news, I'm slowly started a computer fund to get a PC upgrade so I can record and play. Awesome, that's very good. That's great news. Also guys, can you hear me nice? I feel like the sim is running a little bit loud, so I'll just drop the sim sound slightly so lower. X-World did have a super upgrade for all the buildings, heights, etc. Definitely worth checking it out. I would highly recommend using LFD Auto View Distance plugin as well. I use that. It lets you leave the setting slider. Yeah, I have at maximum limit scenery automatically. I do have that. It's just that last time I checked the update for X-World, it was like in 2023, and I used that one, and yeah, kind of weird. I think this is where my annoyance comes from X-Plane 12 specifically. I was a large X-Plane 11 user. It came out 2 years after Microsoft 2020, running on an architecture from X-Plane 10 and earlier. Alright. Captain Orange, I hear you 5x5. Thank you very much. Noted Newman, I will look into this. Good. Alright guys, so now I want to talk a little bit. Let me go on the outside. Oh boy, it's loud. Let me just leave this view so we can have a look at Australia a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about this Royal Flying Doctor Service, and I found it completely by chance. I was looking into some liveries for X-Plane, and I think I literally wrote King Air 350 Australian liveries, and one of them was this one, and I found it quite beautiful. I like how it looks on the planes. I think it's catchy. It's a good color combination, and I don't know, the airplane looks sporty and kind of happy. It is not like that one that we flew in New Zealand, but still, it is really cool, and I think it combines really nice with this color of the terrain, which Australia is so famous for. This orange-red color, which almost feels like you are on a different planet, like on Mars. So, is it Mars? Is that how you pronounce it in English? I hope so. Anyways, and so I decided to look for a little bit, what do they do, what they fly for. And I just went on YouTube and I searched for the company name, and they actually have a YouTube channel, which I highly suggest to check out. And they do like very small episodes, like documentaries, but like very small, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I saw that they actually have in Australia, because the country is so big, some places are so isolated that they actually prepare like a small piece of road, like the normal highway road, like a runway. So an airplane can land there in case of an emergency, like an accident or something. And it's really interesting because on the YouTube channel, they even have like people talking how they were saved by the service because it was possible for them to go and land on the road and whatnot. And also they did a really nice video because they bought some Pilatus PC-24s. It's like a business jet, and I actually have one instructor and one colleague of mine from my flight school who fly the PC-24, and it's an impressive airplane. I've already been very close to one. I think if you are a Discord user, I posted some pictures there. And so the PC-24 can actually land on the road, and they can land as well on dirt runways, gravel runways. It is pretty impressive. So I really love the idea of that service, and it's really cool. And actually, guys, the link for this livery is in the description, and the guy who did it even put a donate button for the Royal Flying Doctor Service webpage, so that's pretty neat. I mean, they're doing a good cause, so why not support them? And so I decided, well, I need to find a place where I could do this. I think it's really nice. I mean, I never saw a video on YouTube where actually, like, where somebody actually goes on a King Air or something and does a landing, like for medical evacuation purposes. So I want to do my own. And I started looking for strips. I started analyzing some of those videos, and there are quite a few of them online. And they are really cool. Check those out, guys. Literally, just search for Royal Flying Doctor Service Australia landing on the road, and you'll have a ton of videos, and it's pretty amazing. They have PC-12, they've got a PC-24, they have a King Air 350, 360, 200. I think they had C-90s, but they are decommissioned now, or they just don't use it anymore. So if you don't have the AirfoilLabs 350, you do have a livery for this Royal Flying Doctor Service for the freeware King Air. Actually, Emil is using that one, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And so, I mean, it's impressive because they literally land on the roads, the police stops the traffic, they put a wind cone and a windsock, sorry, and you just come and land. You pick up whoever is ill, and that's it. So it's really, really cool. And so I was looking for places where there is this road where I can land, and there are a few of them on X-Plane actually modeled. But to be doing that on the King Air, it would take like 2 hours of flight time, and it is a little bit lengthy. So I decided to build my own. Like, it is not real life, but it's like in real life, and I made all the stuff like they do it. So I made the runway road markings. I made the police stopping with the traffic. I made all the trucks and the cars waiting for us. I've cleaned up the region, and I think it looks pretty cool. So that's exactly what we are going to be doing here, flying to that place and landing on the road to save somebody's life, and it's pretty impressive. So should be good. Also, I will submit the scenery on the forums, so when I finish this live stream, I just noticed a small but very annoying error. If you go into the airplane livery, you can see that it's RFDS, Royal Flying Doctor Service, right? And for some reason, instead of writing RFDS, I wrote RDFS. So it's like a small mistake, but it's an annoying one, and I want to upload the file with that mistake. So I'm going to be changing that. And yeah, that's basically it. But it's very impressive, and I suggest you guys to check that out. On the future, Tazzy, I'm going to go and talk with you if you know about anything. But I am looking into getting sometime in the future a business jet. We don't have a good PC-24 for X-Plane 12 right now, which is a little bit of a bummer, but we do have a brilliant little modern bizjet, which actually is also converted to be a medevac airplane, and that's the Embraer Phenom, the 300. Exactly, Tazzy. See, there you go. That is exactly it. And it's not very expensive. It's very good modeled. Everybody says good things about it. Like, it's one of the best airplanes out there for X-Plane 12. And, I mean, next time I'll get a sale of it, I'm going to try to get hold of it if I get the money at the time. So, and then we're going to try, I will do again the scenery for some other place here in Australia. And I'm gonna fly the jet into there again with the Royal Flying Doctor Service colors, because there's actually livery. I already checked it, so that's really cool. I know that there is a Challenger, and yeah, there you go, Taz. You were saying, you're literally picking the words from my mouth. There is the Challenger 650, and I know it's like top-notch, best simulated airplane, whatever, for X-Plane. It is amazing, I respect that very much, but it's quite expensive. So much expensive right now that I honestly don't feel like I'm gonna pick it up right now. Maybe in the future, maybe once I start working as a pilot and my pay gets a little bit better. Yeah, probably, definitely gonna get that, and experience it as much as I can. But right now, I think the Phenom 300 is going to be just as good. All right, now I feel like I missed some of the messages there. Tazzy, this is the newer livery as well, Vlad. The older livery was a blue and red stripe over the side of the fuselage. Huh. Maybe, no, I don't know that one. Lord, you've probably seen my father then. He was on their ads quite a bit about 10 years ago. Also, those roads that are also runways in the middle of nowhere are huge. Yeah, they are. They are like 1.2 kilometers. I mean, it's almost a statue mile. So, it is amazing. So, I built this one. It's 1,200 meters, roughly. And we're gonna try land there. We're gonna go there, we're gonna find the strip, we're gonna line up with it, we're gonna do our visual pass. Probably as I'm looking here in Volanta, let me actually show you as well. I didn't put a destination airport on purpose because, well, there is no destination airport, so it is going to be whatever there is. Emil is still flying ahead of us, incredibly. I was not expecting that little C90B to be this fast. Ground speed 278. I mean, we are faster than him, but still, we are flying at 330. It is impressive how fast he's flying. Really cool. So yeah. And also, Tazzy, really impressive to see, or actually to know that your father is there on the ads. I mean, it must be an impressive job. A very different one. I mean, you never know where you are going and experiencing different places. And when I say different places, it's not simply airports, it's dirt strips, it's roads, it's whatever. And you have to do that. And you have to do it safely and efficiently. And on time, because time is very critical in this kind of missions. So, wow, it is really cool. He probably must have some stories, and well, that's really awesome. New Manon, are you using the updated X camera with the compatibility for the G camera? Nope. I am using, believe me or not, head shake from SimCoders, and here are my settings if you want to check it. It's a freeware plugin for the camera, and I feel like this is the best and most efficient way of having a realistic head shake without it being too much nor too little, and pretty effective. So I really like the way it works, and I'm totally happy with it. I've tried the X-Plane camera, the G camera, whatever, where is it? View, G-loaded camera. But I feel like for some airplanes it's really nice, but for other airplanes it kind of shifts the way from, it shifts the view from the point where I left it. So let's say, like, this is the view when I look forward, right? But I want to look like this because I want to see my instruments. And on some airplanes, what will happen is it would slowly go back here, and I would have to put it back down all the time, and then it would go again back up. And I don't kind of get how that really works, so I don't know. Tazzy, so the RFDS started with a Challenger jet. I got to stand on it, go inside. Wow, amazing. Then when it first came to Australia, it gave the RFDS access a few islands the PC-12 did not have the range for. That is very good. The single Challenger was retired and sold 7+ years ago because it didn't fit the mold, but it was used to get jet crews trained because RFDS was the launch customer for the PC-24. Yeah, it looked like a very big deal because even Pilatus made videos about that. I mean, if you go to Pilatus' YouTube channel, you have RFDS videos there, and it's pretty cool. Syncrash Flight 97, get the plane a speed ticket while takeoff. Oh yeah, you bet that. I'm gonna rock those police cars. I'm gonna do low pass over them at 200 knots. It's gonna be amazing. Has your dad's last RFDS flight he did was in VH Oscar Whiskey Sierra. They renamed the plane after my father at the base. His name's Scott, so the plane was Oscar Whiskey Scott. Whoa, that is so amazing. Syncrash Flight 97, this actually happened, was a gag though. Oh my god. Amazing. Ekaterina, hello, how's it going? It's going pretty good. We are 22 minutes away from Bon Bon Airfield, so I'd say we are roughly 25 minutes from reaching our road strip, and hopefully within 30 minutes from landing and from rescuing whoever needs to be rescued. Tazzy, Phenom 300, oh yes, I've replied to that. Just want to make a correction. RFDS did not use a Challenger. They used the Hawker 800 XP. Ha, alright. Funnily enough, that same Hawker 800 XP is based in Singapore, where I'm based at the moment. Tezzy, so you are a pilot then as well. Where do you fly? Wait, no, never mind. You just said you were a law student. I'm not confused. Stand by. Let me recheck the chat. Yeah, you are a law student. Alright. So you are from Australia, but you are studying law in Singapore. That's pretty impressive. Really cool. That's really nice. Man, and I wish good luck on your studies. I know it's hard, and you guys need to know a lot of stuff. And by the way, remember when I told you guys about that red color of Australia, which looked almost surreal? Well, there you go. Here it is. And if you think this is like some crappy ortho files, well, you can just go to any YouTube videos of airplanes flying over Australia, and you'll see that it is actually like this. That's pretty impressive. Cooler, let's hope we don't lose Emil again. You know the funniest part? Actually, Emil is right now on a Discord call with me, so he hears everything that I say. By the way, Emil, if you want to say hello to to the guys, you can do so, and you can say hello to Cooler. No, I am 100% positive. Emil is sharp, steady sharp, with the torque values on this flight. So, well, he had his front gear leg collapse on landing on dirt street many years ago. Everyone was okay, not injured, but it was funny when he came home the next day. Had to fly a hello in. Holy cow, man, that must have been an experience. Just look at that scenery, it is impressive. And this lake is also huge. I mean, this is a lake, right? Yeah, it is a lake. Is this really here, or is this just some weird ortho stuff? It feels incredibly huge, like incredibly huge. We are 108 miles to go. Looking good so far. Your plane is behaving perfectly. All the engine parameters are within the limits. We are looking great with the fuel as well, so that's brilliant. This airplane can fly for a long time, so that's great. Tezzy, the name is still inscribed on the engine. Really? Whoa. Tezzy, no, that's just a Gulfstream pilot now, so following him around, but moving to Australia end of month. First time back in 10 years, was based in India for 8 years. Wow, incredible. Also, Tezzy, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome on board. Man, a Gulfstream is a nice airplane. Don't worry, Vlad, as an Australian can confirm, it's very red. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We have the official confirmation from an Australian person on the chat that it is indeed red like this. And I hope one day to see it, even though I'm terribly scared of spiders. Also, let me ask you a question. This is probably some BS question. It's like asking a Russian person, do you drink vodka on the breakfast? And do you dance with bears? Not bears, Jesus. I mean, probably more with beers than bears, but anyways. But do you really get so many spiders and big spiders and crazy stuff around you? And did you already saw something like it? And do you ever get used to it? I mean, probably you as an Australian, you probably just laugh of it. Looks like Lake Eyre. It's huge. Actually, we can confirm that. Because I have Avitab, right? Oh shit, what did I do? Never mind. Good. Back on track. I have Avitab, and we have a map on Avitab, so we can absolutely do that. It should say the name of the lake, right? Lake Gardner? Gardner. Lake Torrance, Island Lagoon, Lake Everard. This is impressive. I mean, look at the size of this thing. And that one is even bigger. There we go. Me clicking again on that button. That is impressive. Let me be honest, Aussies live on the coast. All the nasty stuff is in the center, where we don't live. However, in the Kimberley, Derby was the old base for Northwest RFDS Ops, a spider every now and then. Alright. Okay, that's great to know. That's very nice to know. So we're literally going into Spider Place now. Actually, you know what? I have a video saved on Reddit, which is filmed in Australia, of course, I think. And I'm gonna show you the video. Can I see the saved videos? Yes, I can. And it's just impressive. That video is incredible. It's related to aviation, of course, and you will find it probably extremely funny or extremely disturbing. I find it both ways, actually. But I'd probably laugh as well. Probably freak out a little bit and laugh as hell. But yeah, definitely a good story. I mean, the guys were definitely having a good time. Let me just find the video and I'll show you. I don't think it's a big deal of me showing it here on the video, because I mean, everybody shared this video a million times already over the internet. It's an old video, so I will have to scroll down a little bit, but I feel like I'm almost there. Not that one. I'm getting close, I think. I'm getting close. I'm getting... Not this one. Not that one. Not this one. That's a Spitfire. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, there you go. Alright, found it. So, let me put this to full screen. Stand by. This needs sound. So, let me actually mute the sim for a little bit so you guys can enjoy this to the maximum amount of enjoyment. Sound mixture. Let's remove the sound of X-Plane. You should listen. Yeah, it should be pretty quiet now. Alright, are you guys ready for this? Here we go. Full screen. This is 56 seconds, so here we go. Oh yes, sure. The bloody Cessna stall horn there. Do you see, Desi? You've seen the video. Yeah, everybody's laughing. Basically, that's the video. I mean, this was so funny. First time I saw this is actually in Contagious Laughter Reddit. It is, yeah, it is funny to say the least. I mean, I hope I never cross myself with that. Also, the airplane is deviating slightly because we switched there from nav. Somebody's not monitoring very well. Ah, my god. So Crash Life 97, they have Crocodile Dundee to kill all the bad animals. I learned it on the cinema. Kazi, Crocodile Dundee was one of the original painters of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Mate, in the Kimberley, Dad would always have to chase out a snake in the hangar in the winter, because it would get to 10 degrees and the hangar is warm. Oh my god. Actually, you know what? Snakes don't freak out me too much, even though I know they can be crazy, deadly, and dangerous, but it's still not as crazy. Yeah. And that's a huntsman spider. They are so huge, so bloody huge. Yep. But I hear they're not, like, dangerous for the people. Alright guys, you know what? We have 12 minutes to go. And 12 minutes to go, it means it's time for the descent, and it's time for... I mean, it's time to start searching for the runway, okay? So, very quickly, let's just go into Google Maps. You know what I feel weird, because on Google Maps, the lakes are all empty. And on the sim, they're all full. So, I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding this water, because I've been using Google Maps this entire time. Anyways, let's enjoy some hand flying. Autopilot off. Power back down. Let's get some trim nose down. Prop sync is going to go off. Let me get that torque down quite a bit. And let's start to descend. We have 11 minutes to go. Now, because we're flying direct to Bon Bon Airfield, we should be able to see soon the highway, which is a pretty big road. But again, I'm not 100% sure if we will be able to see it, because it's all full of water. 58 nautical miles. I mean, we're still pretty far. We're just gonna keep the speed up. Descending with a minus 1,000 feet a minute, probably, or 1,500 feet a minute. Yeah, like this. And yeah, there is a video on the RFDS channel which is called Living Off Autopilot, and I love the name of that. Cooler, this would make me crash. Cooler, you need to watch the comments of that video. It is incredible. The comments are almost as good as the video. I think one of the first comments is like, yeah, I would have ejected. Somebody said that they thought it was the spot of dust until they saw it. It's just so good. Oh my god. Emil, have you not seen this video? It's so good. I'd open the door and jump. Yeah, man, but it's so good, that video. It is so good. Alright, actually, I think that's the road. Yep, I can confirm. I think that's the road. That looks like the highway road to me, and that means I'm gonna start following it and keep descending. There is so much water around. I feel like it is slightly wrong because it's currently summer in Australia, or it's actually getting close to autumn, but still. 9 minutes to go. Descending nicely. Tazzy, they don't go for humans, very timid, don't attack unless you give him a nibble. The scariest thing in the Kimberley, though, is the crocodiles. 20 feeders were seen so regularly up there. Damn, crazy. That's almost 4 meters. That's crazy, man. Holy cow. That is actually crazy. In the DR Congo, a plane crashed when a crocodile got loose in the cabin. Are you serious? Jesus. Cooler. That must be terrifying. While a sad result, that shit makes me crack up every time I hear that story. Syncrashfire, new channel emoji, spider. You know, I mean, I think in Russia and in Portugal, they say spiders attract money. So, if we do that and everybody here on the channel becomes rich, I don't mind. So it's good. Emil, Vlad, land first. I'll hold over Yankee Bravo Bravo Oscar. Okay, did I overtake you, by the way? If you're saying that, I'm probably overtaking you right now. Yeah, I am. At what altitude are you? I mean, we should be very close, like, very close. Like, very close. No, he's still ahead of me. Over the road, I'll advise. I mean, Emil, we're literally at the same pace. You can go ahead still first. You go first, because then on the return flight, you're gonna have a longer time. So you go first. Go first, Emil, please. Tazzy, Vlad, come on, you weren't following IFR, I follow Ro. Good one. Man, that's a good joke. Don't give Austin ideas, he's going to add spiders to the game instead of CPU optimization. Oh man, that's the true one. That's sadly a true one. Oh boy. 7 minutes to go. Roughly, we're doing good descent. I had a Russian classmate long ago who also said that about spiders bringing money. Alright, then probably it's something about in Russia. But I mean, the name gives me a general region of where you may be from, but where specifically you are from? Romania. No, I'm from Russia. I'm actually from Russia. My full name is Vladimir. Don't make the joke of it's not Putin, right? Because I don't know why, but here in Portugal, sometimes they make that joke. Like, oh, what's your name? Vladimir. Not Putin, right? No. No, not really. Kazi, let's not use bad words in the chat, please. I'm gonna remove that comment, just because I don't like seeing swear comments, but yeah. It's all fun and games, but yeah, let's not do that, please. But yeah, I am from Russia. I was born in a city located roughly 100 kilometers from Moscow. So it's like Moscow region, but not 100% Moscow. Alright, we've got 5 minutes to go. Still descending nicely. King Air is looking good so far. Doing some hand flying. I mean, it's pretty basic right now, not very turbulent. The wind is slowly drying up. And where's Emil? Let me see. Alright, we are literally side to side right now. I'm trying to see him, but I don't see him. Maybe he is lower than me, because I'm quite high. I'm actually quite high. Passing. Yeah, sorry for that, but I try to keep my language as clean as possible. I don't mind using a swear word when it is required or when times require, but I prefer not to. Alright, 23 miles, so times 3, correction, so we are 16, let's do minus 115, 15 times 3, it's 45, we are 22, we're definitely high. I mean, I could take more torque out and keep the plane descending. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty positive this is the road. So we just follow this road. And Emil, please land first, so this way you can go first as well. And then I'll catch up. I'll watch this landing and then go into a coma. Why? Emil, I'm much slower, so you are overtaking me anyway. I really recommend you to land first. I'll depart first then. Okay, that sounds good. Alright, that sounds good. I'll probably have to do something like 2 circuits because of the wind, but we'll see. Or maybe I can land first try. Not sure. Alright, really need to get down now. So let's actually do this. Let's do full props forward. And I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna request the QNH from the Bon Bon airfield. 1005, I'm gonna already put that in, even though it doesn't make a big of a difference, honestly, because we have absolutely no visual reference, or no instrument reference, should I say, for the approach. 2968, let's set that up. 2968 is done. And what I need to do, though, is set up the landing speed markers. So flaps are going to be down, and 184, 160 VREF is going to be 100 knots. Sounds good to me. And I lost the road. That's the road. I'm going to turn slightly to the right. Felt like I should have started the descent earlier. But looking good. Let me see how are we looking with pressurization. Looking nice. Tessie, then you can ferry me to the hospital. It's 1:30 a.m. and I have a 6:30 a.m. wake up. Oh my god, now I understand it. Dude, you... Oh my god, dude. Well, I can only say thank you for being here. Emil's, let's say I'm taking a drunk driver, so it's just left engine off and then on. What do you mean? Ah, okay. Alright, I got it. Cooler. Ah, that's me. Alright, I feel like this is approaching the place. So let me see. Let me open up a little bit to the right. I feel like this is the strip. I mean, I built it myself and I'm not finding it, so this is embarrassing. But I think it's this straight. If it's not this straight, it should be somewhere else. Right? Past 10,000 feet, recognition lights are going to come on. How's the temperature? 20 degrees Celsius, so I'm going to disable the windshield anti-ice and I'm going to engage the engine anti-ice because there might be some rocks down there, or the road might be dirty. Alright, I can see the spot. You can see it right here. This is the spot. We found it, we found it, we found it. Alright, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 360 here to lose some altitude. Then I'm going to do a low pass because the wind right now looks to be tailwind from this direction. So let's lose some altitude from here to make sure that we don't spend any time. And I feel like the trend of the wind, and also because we briefed that the trend of the wind would be from the south. This way we can just go, let's say this is the runway, which is overfly the runway this way. Then we do like 270, or actually 270, not a 270. We do a 180 back, a teardrop, and we join back on the approach. And we have a good visual reference, which is the road, so let's do that. Man, the red color is amazing. Tassie Admiral, that is actually procedure in the King Air. Yep, that's true. We did that on a live stream some time ago, flying King Airs, I think. We flew onto St. Martin and so on, and we only switched off one engine. Yeah, and I think people in Luckley usually do that as well when it's extremely busy. So really cool. Turnaround time is most important for road runways anyway. Oh yeah. Okay, 1,000 to go to 4,000. Let's keep descending. I'll set 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet safe altitude. Keep that turn. Oh, I was like, this looks sort of familiar. The road in this region, driven over it. This is the main road from coast to coast in Australia. So it must be a huge road. It's called the Stewart's Highway. Or Stewart Highway. Alright, looking good. So this is the runway. There, you can see it in the farm. I mean, it's a road, but you can see it. you got the idea. 3,000 feet, looking good. Yep, Stewart Highway. Good stuff. So I did my homework. Radio altimeter is alive. So it is roughly 500 feet elevation. And let's slow down even more. Level up a bit. I'll probably deploy the gear. Or... nah, maybe not. I'm not going to deploy the gear. But I'll slow down to 200 knots. Let's see. Oh boy, look at the wind. Down here it is pretty intense. 70 knots. We were 5 knots of tailwind there on the descent. See why it is actually important to do the low pass in this kind of areas. Alright, I lost the runway again. Is this the road? Am I confused now? Alright, anyways, I'm going to maintain 1,000 feet here. 200 knots, don't descend more than this. Trim the airplane. Actually, the King Air 350 has been a lot better with the hand flying. Cancel the visual alarm there. Oh yeah, there we go. There it is, I think. Don't accelerate too much. 14 knots, so it drops a little bit. Then goes into the Nullarbor Plain, the most boring road in the world. You can go for 6 hours with no turns. Are you serious? Holy cow. Alright, there you go, guys. You can see there are the trucks waiting. Let me descend a little bit more. And look, there are the police. Yeah, you can see them there. And here's the road markings. Let me descend a little bit lower. And that's the spot. Alright, very good. You saw the windsock there? I saw the windsock. That's almost a direct crosswind. That's almost a direct crosswind. So I'm going to open myself up to this side here. We're going to start configuring. Let's climb a little bit to at least probably 500 feet. And this way we're going to lose some speed as well. Gear down. Flaps approach. Props are already forward. Let's go. Landing light on. Taxi light is going to go on. Are going to go on. 600. There we go. Right hand turn into the crosswind. I like the speed. And I'm going to focus right now. We've got the gear down. We're missing the flaps. Lights are on. Rest is good. Should have put the runway heading. Didn't do that. My mistake. Speed is looking good. A bit of a steep turn there. More than 30 degrees. Just don't descend too much. Alright, there we go. We are on final. And let's go flaps full. Let's go for 110 on the speed. Shouldn't be a big of a difficulty. With the King Air, trim the airplane properly. Road strict traffic, flight of 311 is on short final, running 190. Alright, here we go. Speed is approaching 110. Trim the airplane. Line up with the road. Yeah, I mean, it's better the hand flying on this one than it was before, but it's still not as good as on the freeware. And the wind is 12 knots from the left. Almost direct crosswind. Speed is looking good. Don't drift. Not a very wide runway. A road. Power throttle. Maintain the center line, braking. That was a pretty neat. That was wing into the wind. Aileron into the wind, should I say. A nice amount of right rudder. And welcome to the road strip. Auto ignition is off. Auto feder is armed. Recognition off. Hot 5 off. Oh, there's Emil. Brilliant. So, the medical guys came in just in time. Alright, let's turn around.
15, 2 flight duck 311 will do low pass over the road.
Flight duck 311 is backtracking the runway. Yeah, we're gonna have to go a little bit over the dirt there, but that's no big deal for the King Air. Emil's doing the low pass as well, like we did. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm gonna shut down both of the engines because we actually are carrying 2 people and it will take a little bit more time, and fuel is critical for this flight. Guys, I do deserve a like button for this landing and for making this scenery, and I'll make it available. So if you guys want to do this flight on your own and at your home on your sim after the stream, like 15 to 30 minutes, this will be available on the ARC, and the link will be posted down on the description. So if you're watching the replay, just go to the description. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I have a lot of messages to read, so let me just park because I want to leave the runway free for Emil so he can land as well. There we go. Vacating here. We just need to make sure that we won't clip any car, otherwise there will be casualties. Alright, this looks good. And Sim Crash Flyer, this is exactly why I said you had the perfect plane for the job, because you have the PC-12 and the RFDS has the PC-12.
Duck 15 and downwind runway north.
Duck 311 runway vacated and free. Alright, great, lights are all off, this is all off, this is all off, this is all off, so we only need what? Transponder goes to standby, and I'm gonna go avionics master power off, inverter, gens, this. Once below 30%, props to feather. Beacon light off. And immediately at this time, the doctor and the nurse would probably go out and start arranging all the stuff. Still looking for Emil there. And I will disengage the fasten seatbelt sign. Below 10% on the N1, standby fuel pumps off, battery off. Actually, you know what? I'll leave the battery on. Just because it's probably quite important to have some basic equipment. Alright, look at that. Here we go. Where's Emil? Please don't tell me he already landed. Are you fucking kidding me, Emil? When did you... We missed the landing. This has been a trend on the channel, me missing landings, and I'm getting quite frustrated with this. Sorry. All right, Daifuko, thank you so much for the £2. Wow, thank you very much. And now I need to read the rest of the stuff. Because, yeah. Alright, so here's the most boring road in the world. Killer, must be crazy drive with how desolate most of the country is. And, yeah, probably, I can imagine. And Chazzy, hey Vlad, have you tried any of the nets from AK Delta? He does a Gulf Stream that looks rather enticing. I did see that, but I am not sure I want to go into that. I'll probably go to the Embraer Phenom 300. Cooler, it makes you die from boredom. No towns, only one fuel station in the center of the road. Oh boy, and no traffic. Jesus. Haha, in my country the Air Force put runway markings on a very bust motorway. They shut it down sometimes so our Air Force can do training. I think, wow, that's actually amazing, and I think in Sweden or Finland they actually do that as well. Cooler, yeah, I wanted to drive across the US at one point, but you get a healthy mix there of cities and emptiness. I don't think I could do Australia. But I think it would be pretty interesting to do the coast in Australia. Aha, it's a very cool sight to be a part of motorway 1 minute and the next you're on the piano keys. Yeah. Oh no, the police. Cooler, that's why you travel north through the center. Much better. If I ever go visit, I'll remember that. But after Nullarbor plane, it's a great Australian bite, which is stunning. That's all good stuff. Guys, take notes. This is really cool. My earliest childhood friend was Australian. He moved back there. Nicely done. Thank you, Ahad. It's so odd when the center line is a normal road marking. Isn't it, right? And it is pretty... Is a pretty... I'm missing the name. Oh god. Opposite of wide. It's pretty tight. It's a pretty tight runway as well. But it's really cool. And yeah, so I did all of this. I made the road traffic waiting. I put the police cars, the signals. I put, this is just a sidewalk basically, and I put these 2 cones here so it could be a little bit better. I've put the windsock, of course, and all the stuff. Alright, I see Emil already got the drunk truck driver. We're just going to check out the rest of the scenery on the other side. And to compensate, I'm going to look for Emil's departure. So, yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to take some screenshots as well for the file once I upload it to the forum. Emil, are you departing already? It's pretty cool. Yeah, the sound of the props though are not very convincing. This looks good enough. Alright, Emil is going. So, let's actually go to the other side of the runway. Let me actually do something here. Battery off. And let me just do this. We should have communication so we can hear him saying that he's gonna depart. And let me just go here. Let's pretend we are a police officer or some bystander. I'm gonna watch your departure, Emil. I didn't catch your landing, but I'm gonna watch your departure.
Ladder 15 departing runway south.
There you go. And Daifuka, thanks again for the £2 donation. That's very kind from you. Tazzy, thank you very much. I will be very happy to see people using it. There he goes, Emil. Don't forget you have a sick passenger now, an injured passenger. So he's maintaining a good center line there. And off we go. Yeah, you can see that wind. That's pretty cool. Gear is up. See you in Adelaide. Alright, I think it's our time to go as well, guys. Weight and balance. We've got to load 2 guys, so let's load 40 here. Let's pretend they are, let's do actually 80. Oh, jeez. 80 and 80. Let's pretend they are laying down. So 80 and 80. Apply that. That looks good. We still have a lot of fuel on, so everybody's ready. I'm gonna close the door, get back inside. I'm just gonna go off, and I just need to restart Volanta. Wait, plan a flight. Doesn't matter where we are, and just put Adelaide Airport. All right, here's a guy ready. Pound sterling in the chat. Sync crash flight not a sound. I just learned from this, and next time we'll get a sick note. Narrow, thank you, Cooler. That is exactly the word I was looking for. Sync crash flyer, don't worry, we're gonna get back into flying this. Alright, so battery on. Pumps are on. Beacon on. Props forward. Rest of the stuff is on. We do have to turn on the equipment right now. And fastest seatbelt sign is going to be on. Let's go. Brakes are set. Starting 2. It's stabilized. Low idle. There goes the ITT. 660. Above 51. Stable. Prop is on the green. Let's go high idle. Switch the gen on. We've got gen power. Battery is charging, starting 1. Looking good, stable, and introduce the fuel. Goes the ITT, fuel flow. Peaked at 640, 51% ITT rollback. Everything is on the green, gen left on. And it picked up the load, beautiful. Sync the mixtures, close the door. Avionics inverters on. Hot ignition is not required. Out feather, we're gonna check that in a moment. Strobe light is gonna go on. That is on. Rudder boost and pitch trim is on. We're gonna be flying back at flight level 250. What is it? Has it not, but not 100. Get the Phantom out of here. Would it in? I'll be leaving now. Time for that coma. Tazzy, thank you so much for being here with us. It's actually incredible to see a person from Australia here on the live stream, to be able to communicate and get some feedback. It is incredible. Thank you very, very much. Have a good night. I hope tomorrow is going to be a good day for you. So yeah, see you next time, man. Emil, I did advise Unicom that I'm landing. Emil, I totally missed it because I switched off the airplane. So I am, yeah, you can call it whatever you want. Sorry. But yeah. Anyways, Textile is going to go on. Still waiting for the instruments to be aligned. So we are going to go here to flight plan. And I'm going to go and insert Adelaide. So initially I'm going to just go for the fields. Maybe we do a visual approach. If there will be anybody coming in, I could do a... an instrument approach, but probably I'd go for the visual because it would be the most direct, quick, and efficient. And that is it. Enter, execute, and I need a direct to activate. So I'll go for nav. I just don't want the autopilot yet. I just want the flight directors. And that is it. Alright, instruments are good. So let's get moving. Landing light is going to go on. And let me go with flaps approach probably on this one. Markers are set. Probably do a good amount of prop blast for those guys, right? So let me move a little bit away from them. Just a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Set the brakes. Let's do a governor check very quickly. Did it? Did it feather? Yes, it did. Get back. The other one. And it feathered. Beautiful. Recognition lights, hot 5, auto ignition, auto feather. That's all looking good. 25,000 feet on the cabin altitude is set. Trim. I'm gonna set on the up position. Lights are good. Speeds 96 V1, rotate 92 V2 106. Are you guys ready? I am ready. Let's go back to Adelaide. Spin those props. Stabilized. Set the torque. And let's go. 90%. Anti-ice is on. Torque is set. Airspeed is alive. ITT is looking good. I'm gonna try to do a flyby. 80 knots. 90. 96 V1. Rotate. Whoa, that was pretty impressive. Gear up. That was pretty impressive. Right? Oh my god, that was cool. That was really neat. Alright, we are above blue line. Beautiful. Speed is checked. Flaps up. Oh, actually, I never put flaps approach. That's why it took a little bit longer to rotate. And let's go. 145, same idea. Landing lights off. Taxi light off. 145, just be smooth on the movements. Trim the airplane nicely. Torque is looking nice. Let's go. Engine anti-ice off. Watch out the torque. And whoops. Man, it's going fast. A lot quicker than it was in Adelaide. Enter. Let's go. Nav. IS. God Emperor. Autopilot. Sync the heading. Torque is looking good. 164 and the climb out. Let's actually go with 160. That sounds good. And keep going there. Temperature 25. It's literally 2 a.m. right now in real life, and it's 25 degrees at 3,000 feet. ML, by the way, King Air 350 looks very decent. I'll probably purchase it next. Maybe. Sounds good to me. They've been working on it, so I think it's good. Still not as good as the freeware, and you'll feel the difference. Very nice. Alright, now let's just monitor the torque. Looking good. Once we pass 10 degrees of temperature, I'll switch on the windshield anti-ice. And it shows 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now, while we're going to be on the cruise, we're going to analyze what we did when landing. We had a little bit of extra torque there. Try to squish as much as I can. Looking great. Well, we visited the great Australian Outback. for the sake of it, I'm gonna already put the speeds just so they will be there. Ahad, is there a good PC-24 for X-Plane? That would be fun. Unfortunately, not, but that's what I was saying before. I am really looking for that Aerobasque Embraer Phenom 300 because it's literally like a PC-24. I actually searched online and they are doing a version or a medevac on the Embraer, or they already did it. So I would definitely go for that more than anything else probably right at this moment. Actually, we can search for it. How about we do that? Let's actually search for it. So give me a moment. "10,000 feet, recognition lights are off. How's the temperature? 15 degrees. Let's actually go already with the window anti-ice. Torque is looking nice, and we passed transition altitude, so QNH 1013 is set. 22992 set on the standby, and pressurization is working. We have an increasing rate of cabin altitude of 500 feet a minute, which is good. Also, there is this mode on the autopilot. It will not really make any difference right now, but in case you are wondering, there is this button here on the autopilot, and if you have the freeware King Air, you can use it as well. This is called the soft ride, and basically what it will do is it will increase the tolerance level of altitude hold on the cruise. So let's say you are in slightly bumpy air. Instead of you having the autopilot fighting constantly to really maintain that altitude that you selected, you can actually engage soft ride, and it increases that tolerance, so the airplane fluctuates a little bit more. This way you have a little bit more of a comfortable ride, and the autopilot doesn't fight as much. And then you have this is 1/2 of the bank turn, basically all standard turns that you do with the autopilot. It helps, oh my god, makes 50% of them. All right, my English today for some reason is having a stroke. And yeah, we're gonna use both of these actually. Let's use already the soft ride and 1/2 of bank. Everything is armed there. Autopilot, you have amper GPS, indicated airspeed, altitude armed, and 3. All looking good. Sync crash light 97. We are man. We don't need it soft. You know? I get that, but we are carrying some injured passengers today, so I really do have to pay attention to that. And also, believe me, on a long day, things like these are a game changer. Trust me. Actually, another fun thing, Airbus, like the normal Airbus 320 and probably all the other ones, have this built in. So if you notice when you are flying on autopilot and you were doing a leveling off or something, but you are not in the cruising level, when you level off, what is the indication that appears on your FMA? It's altitude, right? It's something like alt star, I think, and then alt. When you are doing that on the cruise level that you inserted in the MCDU, the indication is alt cruise. And that's for the same reason, so it's like a soft ride. So I think the tolerance is like 50 feet instead of 25 or 20. And so the ride is a lot smoother compared to what it would have been on the normal mode. The MD-80 has a similar feature to the soft ride. Cooler, I see you really like that MD-80. It's an impressive plane. Indeed. Maybe one day, maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll learn it. Flight level 170. I mean, this is an impressive amount of performance for a turboprop. Temperature is almost 0 degrees. In case you want to see it in Fahrenheit, it's 32 degrees, 31. Pretty good. So far, so good. That departure though was epic. And I have no idea why the flaps didn't set for the approach, because I did press the button for the flaps. I guess I went into some... I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to that, but yeah. That's why you need 2 pilots. Daifuku, tomorrow I'm getting a 24 keys macro pad just for the King Air side panel. Whoa, really nice. How are you enjoying the King Air? It's an amazing plane, right? It's really cool. Cooler, I need many hours on the MD-80 because it's so complicated. That's kind of the reason why I've been keeping away from it. But yeah. Alright, so we are on the cruise. Flight level 190, have 6,000 feet to go once we level off. And we set up all the power. I'm gonna watch, or I'm gonna show the Volanta. In the meanwhile, I think we could search for that Embraer 300. Medevac. I think there is. It's all in Portuguese though, but because it's Brazilian, I mean, so it makes sense. There you go, see it exists. And it looks really cool actually. Is this a render? It doesn't have a registration, it just says Medevac. It looks cool, but maybe it's a display plane? I don't know. Holy cow, this is amazing. I wish they would do this interior as well. Launched in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, so... And they actually went spot on that. Wait, I need to see more pictures and bigger pictures. So this looks like... Wait, let me open this picture. And I want to open this picture as well. So it looks like 2 different interiors. Yeah, so this looks like one bed, and that one looks like... I think it's called incubator. That's like for the small... like babies and whatnot. Or maybe some like organs as well. Because it's really temperature sensitive. It's pretty impressive. This one has only 2 beds and 2 seats. Probably one more seat back there or so. Oh no, wait, that's the door. Never mind. So 2 beds, 2 seats. There must be an extra seat probably somewhere. Yeah, there you go. 2 beds, 1, 2, 3 seats. Really cool. I wish they'd do this, and I hope they do this. And the cockpit, I mean the cockpit of it looks almost exactly the same as the PC-24. So I could say they're almost the same. I mean, almost. Not 100%. Can have a nice picture of it. It's all rubbish quality. And no big quality. Oh yeah, because I've... Yeah, see, it's not far. Not very different. Almost exactly the same. I mean, even the yoke looks similar. Pretty cool. Flight level 230 almost. I'm not able to add much more power. 1 hour and 10 on the clock. Ground speed right now is 232. And we've got 270 miles to go. Cooler, it's my offline challenge plane. Maybe one day I'll be bold enough to take on VATSIM. Oh yeah, for sure. You will. Do you fly it with like an FMC, or is it just based on VOR and conventional navigation? Aha, it looks cozy, funnily enough. It does. It actually does. I wouldn't want to be on one though. Not at least for the purpose that it's built. Working? Yeah, probably, yeah. I wouldn't mind that. Is that a train track? Nope, it's a road. And that road for some reason is not appearing. Weird. That's 1,000 to level off. We are below 1,000 feet a minute of climb rate, so that's looking good. I don't need to switch for vertical speed. And that's good. Cooler, it has a proper FMC. Then I'm sure you can take it on VATSIM. Shouldn't be any different, any like big difference. I mean, not to make an understatement, but I think you can take it. Synchronous Fire, I have the MD-11, they have an eye clinic on it. I believe this flies in Africa. An eye clinic on an MD-11? And it flies? Whoa. Alright. That is pretty impressive. There we go, altitude. Soft ride is still enabled. Leveling off there. And now I'm just gonna so slightly decrease the torque. And let's start moving the props back to 1,500. Our plane has leveled off, looking good. Let's go prop sync. And there we go, 1,500 on the prop. Speed looking good. Torque will be increasing now. Full flow is at 300. Turbine is within the limits, and everything is looking great. Switch the lights on back there as well. Coffee is switched on. Actually, does this take any battery power? Let's see. It doesn't look like. Let's go back there. Maybe if we... I know we can open this and we can open this, but I'm not sure it will make any difference. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference at all. Oh, crap. Jesus. I got scared. I thought for a moment that I was about to open the emergency escape. Oh god. Where is the furnace, by the way? Is it here? No, I don't think so. You guys know where the furnace is? On the airplane, or the coffee stuff? Baggage, this is for the light. Compartment, capacity, this should be the toilet. I saw a hand, so I must be able to grab something here, right? No. Alright. I have no idea where's the furnace. Or maybe it's just these things here. Maybe it's this thing here. But feels like an odd position to be a furnace. No idea. Cooler, I could take it, but I still sometimes make a mistake. And it's a little bit bumpy, just a tiny bit bumpy. And the things can completely throw you off. Well, I think that's what's good in simulation. You can learn so much with that, so why not take it? I would take it. I think it was a DC-10, no? It says HUD. So controller, let's see on Google. It's called Flying Eye Hospital Orbis International. Yes, it's an MD-10. Holy crap. It is a little bit turbulent here, but not much I can do. Ground speed is 298. So far it's good. The airplane is behaving nicely. I see nobody on or in Adelaide right now. Actually, there is this guy and there is this guy, but they are on the Adelaide Parafield Airport, not on the international. Anyway, torque is looking good. The rest is looking nice. How are we looking here? So we're burning 320 pounds of fuel right now per engine. So that's a total of 640. Let's just make a quick calculation on endurance, because right now we do have a male passenger on board, actually even two. And so we have a left amount of, let's say this is 1,220, let's be conservative, and the same amount on the other side, slightly less even. They're not very I mean, it's about the same, so let's make this times 2. It's 2,440. So if I divide this by 640, I mean, I know this is the fuel burn in the cruise, but I want to see how much this is in cruise time. 3 hours and 48 minutes of flight time, so pretty good. Okay. So even when we reach Adelaide, we should have 3 hours of fuel on board if something goes wrong. And I'll do a better descent this time. I'm gonna do minus 1,000 feet a minute descent rate, and a nice level off there to bleed off some speed, and a nice and smooth approach. Also, let's see how's the weather in Adelaide right now. No wind at all. Beautiful. Good visibility. Few clouds. 2,000 feet. Temperature 17 QNH. 1009er. Well, it's looking pretty good. I would go probably for the visual approach. The easiest one for us, or the most, yeah, the best one for us would be to go for runway 23. Because this way we could have landed really smooth and vacate here on Foxtrot 5. And then taxi here via Romeo to the Royal Flying Doctor Service apron, back to where we started. So this feels like a good plan. What do you guys think? Do a visual approach for runway 23 over the city. Like, we could visually go near the coast. Once we see the airport, we open a left turn and then join like a long base turn for runway 23. And then a smooth turn back to the runway. Yeah, this sounds like a good idea. All right, looking good. Now I also wanted to show you Volanta like the previous flight. So let's see. Foxtrot Delta 233. So our departure was really nice, apart from the fact that we got a little bit lost. Yeah, I started there. I started on the wrong apron. So I dragged the airplane. We started here, and then I kind of backtracked myself back there. I mean, I could have just probably continued and turned back here, but never mind. Left-hand departure turn on the GPS course, and then it was a long straight. There we are flying back. This is where I kind of disconnected. We started flying manually. So we picked up the road here, and I started following the road. And then I saw the field, did a 360, joined the road with the first overfly. And once we overflew that, we opened the left-hand turn, did the 180, joined the road, and landed. Landing was minus 141. That was a pretty good landing at 106 knots, and yeah, pretty good. That descent was, yeah, a little bit steep, but totally fine. And right now, it's pretty standard departure and a long straight. Let's see, where's MLM? Still ahead of us. 25,000 feet. We are 25,000 feet as well. Ah, no, never mind. He's at 26. He's slightly higher. Or maybe that's because of pressure altitude. Let's see. Yeah, we're on the same altitude. Alright, we could go higher to prevent a possible... I mean, we're on collision course, basically. So, yeah. My suggestion would be, in aviation, you overtake by the left. So I'm gonna open up 10 degrees to the left. Let's go heading select. And then we're just gonna do a direct 2. And this will probably have a better separation, because right now I feel like we're literally flying into one another. Or I am flying into ML in this case. Also, I need to put my call sign in. November Delta 311, that's set. And I still have the same stuff on VATSIM, so looking good. Cooler. I'll do a few more runs and then test it. If you do that, I'll take the 720. What's the service ceiling of the Beechcraft 350? Might be wrong, but I think it's flight level 300s. I think it's 300s, but I might be wrong. Actually, that's a great question. And let me go here and check. But I for some reason I want to say 300, but it's probably higher. Maybe 350? I know it's in the 3 something. So it should be here on the limitations section. I know this is the 300, but it should be the same for the 350. Yeah, there we go, limitations. This is speed, power, generator limits. So they speak about 34,000 feet, so probably higher than that. Maximum operating altitude limits, 35,000 feet. There you go. Here's the reply. Best reply possible. Pretty neat. Wow. Goes high. The other King Air, I think it's less than that. Let's actually confirm. Let's go back to the limitations again. For a moment, I thought the airplane was sounding slightly different, and I got concerned. This is the black card, so I think we've passed the altitude. This is the weight, RPM, gallons, pressure, altitude. No, that's the fuel additive, generator limits, engine, airspeeds, maximum operating pressure, altitude limit. Alright, I guess that's the graphic. Or not. Am I missing it somewhere? I guess it depends maybe on the cabin differential pressure. Ah, never mind. Maximum operating pressure altitude limit. 30,000 feet. Very high as well. I mean, wow. 30,000 feet. Really cool. So the 350 goes to 35, the C90 goes to 30. Neat. Synchro Nelson, yes, I am off today. Let's enjoy my 8-hour weekend. Dude, you'll do it. Daifuku, what is the highest notch in the pressure dial? I think it was 25. No, it's more than that. It's 30 something. Yeah, see, 35. It goes higher. That's why I decided to go to the manual, but it's 35 here. But then your cabin altitude is going to be above 10,000, which is, I mean, fine, I guess, but yeah. Right now, let's see. Right now we are sitting at 0, and differential pressure is at the 6.6 thousand feet. Cabin pressure right now is at almost 6,000 feet, so even better than an Airbus. Yeah, I mean 5,500, so it's doing correctly. Alright, 36 minutes to go. Let's see if we're approaching ammo. Yeah, we are. I think we can proceed direct now, or maybe I'll leave it a little bit more like this. But it's looking good. Torque is almost 74. Turbine is looking good. Fuel flow is looking good. Ground speed 314. Impressive stuff. Let's see what's the ground speed on that C90V. 264. So we are flying 50 knots faster. Literally 50 knots faster. Are you flooring it? ML, are you here on the chat? Are you flooring your C90? And by the way, see how we were on the collision course right there? And now it's better. No, he didn't stop Volanta. This is what he did. He did a 360 here, joined the road as well, did a circuit. Minus 512. Wait, did he land on the other side? I'm confused now. Alright, I feel like we can proceed direct to from this point. Probably. Actually, I'll leave it just a tiny bit more. It's not a big deal. Yeah, today, outside view guys, careful with your ears. Today, I've been quite impressed with this airplane because I have it for a long time. I always said it's amazing. It has the walk around. The sounds are beautiful. The 3D modeling is incredible. It is not very heavy on frame rates. It's actually pretty good. But the hand flying was bad. It was bad. The autopilot was eh. And then they improved the hand flying. The autopilot was a little bit weird. And they completely broke the performance. But it looks like the performance is back on track, which is great. So I can come back to suggesting this airplane for people. And I mean, on sale, you can get this airplane for $35. $35 for this quality is a steal. I mean, it really is a steal. And you've got two versions of this airplane, because you got the Garmin version and you have a non-Garmin version, which has like the analog frequencies and the weather radar, and then it has an FMC down here. I mean, it's great, really. Doesn't fly as good as freeware though, but it's a lot better. And now I'm actually curious, does the chronometer works? Because this is UTC time, I guess. Local time. It works! This is really nice. This is really nice. Wow. And is it separate from the other one? Yes, it is. That one is separate. So you can have two different time checks. Really, really cool. I mean, it's great. Really great. And I'm really happy to finally see an add-on that's delivering. And this delivery looks amazing. The guy who painted it did a great job. I don't know, it looks really cool. This red and this blue, it just fits the scenery so nicely. Man, that is fast. And 300 knots, that's pretty fast. All right, let's proceed direct. So let's go flight plan, direct, enter, switch to nav mode. Make sure it's nav mode on the GPS. GPS out. Yeah, GPS. Exactly. Good stuff. Sync the heading. There you go. You can see it's just turning within the 15 degrees. So that's the half bank and the soft ride working. Great stuff. And I think it also would be quite interesting to fly this type of airplane in some bad weather, because while it can go to flight level 350 on shorter routes, will not be climbing as high as that, and because of it you will probably have to deal with a lot more weather than a jet would do. But that's pretty cool. I think that's actually one of the interesting parts of flying a turboprop, and it's completely ready to fly in some adverse weather conditions, so it can be icy. You have the boots, you have the prop anti-ice. It's really nice. Right, let's see how much time do we have to go left. 31 minutes. 301 knots. I mean, we definitely feel the tailwind a little bit here. 39 knots. But so far, so good. All looking nice. Oh, and they also fixed, I now remember, there was a problem with the external power, because you can actually call external power from the menu of the airplane, and it will come, and it's really cool because you don't have to rely on the external services. But then it had a problem. Basically, the problem was that it didn't provide enough power for the airplane. So you would connect the ground power from the airplane, it would be displayed as connected, but then you would not be able to. I think it was really hard to start the engine because it wouldn't give enough voltage for the engine start. And so yeah, they fixed that. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Oh, and of course you can open all the cargo pods and all that stuff. You saw us doing the walk around. You can open the doors. You have the lights back here for the cargo compartment as well. And it's all well done. And there are liveries that actually change the color of the seats and like the wood there and the carpet color. It's pretty cool. And I like the cockpit. Also looks nice. I don't know, but it looks cool. Aha, Vlad, should I send you a video on what I was talking about earlier? You can send that to the Discord so everybody can take a look, and I'll definitely check that out. Because I think it's always cool to see some jets landing on roads. Especially, I mean, I'm not a fan of fighter jets, but it's pretty neat. I mean, it's an incredible piece of technology, and I know they require a lot of speed to keep flying, so it is cool. You can send that to the Discord to like the general discussion. Exactly, company discussion. Pretty neat. Okay, and also let's make some descent calculations. So I want to descend at 1,000 feet a minute descent. So I'll set the vertical speed. I'll keep the speed up, and we're gonna do the descent from there onwards. So what I'll do is I will start my descent while I'll be 26 minutes away from the field, because when we're going to be descending, our airspeed is going to be decreasing as well. I mean, not airspeed exactly, but the true airspeed will be lower. And so we're going to get slower. So 26 minutes to me sounds like the best option. To be adjusted for that, so we have a little bit of time to level off, or maybe even not level off, but locate ourselves. So yeah, 26 minutes, and that means actually in 1.5 minutes we should start down. That was a bit quicker than I was expecting. Alright, let's go 20, actually to 2,000. From there I'll take the manual control. I'm gonna disengage the soft ride, and I'm gonna disengage the 1.5 of bank. Almost catching up with Emil there. One minute to the top of descent, and then I'll go vertical speed minus 1,000. Man, this flight went quickly. And look, there's a field. I feel like it's missing a runway. It's only one runway there. This one is present on the Orto, but it's not being displayed. Let me see. Yeah, no, never mind. It's a dirt runway, but it's probably outdated because we were looking from up there. It was displayed as a paved runway. Yeah, that's a paved runway marker. Alright, 26 minutes, so let's go. Vertical speed, altitude armed, and now let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think it's in increments of 200 feet, but I might be wrong. Or maybe not. Minus 500. Yeah, I guess I need more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prop sync is gonna go off. Very slow. Shallow descent. And we're actually increasing now our airspeed, so I've just backed off the torque a little bit. And let's keep going. Man, I'm honestly impressed how fast that C-90B is going. Again, we are only catching up with Emil, almost when reaching the destination. Oops, sorry for that. Yeah, that's 100% paved markers, and I can see that that's a dirt runway. That coast looks amazing, by the way. And there's a little bit of terrain. Man, I'm glad we went and did this flight in Australia. Felt like we were exploring a lot of the country. Alright, 23 minutes to go. And we are almost crossing flight level 230. So literally on the spot, like I want, which is great. Wonderful stuff. Very shallow descent there. Let's check, is there anybody online? Nope, no controllers. We have one traffic, that's a 737, but he is... Sydney, he's going to Sydney. 500 feet. He probably forgot to change something, because he's definitely going to land in Adelaide. Oh, and somebody's flying on a DA-42. Wow, that's some traffic pattern work. Good stuff. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 landings. That's pretty cool. And what is this guy doing? DA-40. He's doing the same. Nice stuff, guys. I love to see this. I actually was doing this, exactly this stuff, yesterday. Because if you guys know, yesterday, the DA-401 from Aerobask, the freeware model, received an update. And I tried the airplane, and it's really good. It is actually really, really good. And so I did some approaches and some circuits with it, and this is my pattern. Looked pretty good, right? This here, I went to do a hold because there was an A320 for departure, so this was actually really nice. Mike was flying with me. He was holding here near base. I was holding here on the crosswind, and the A320 departed from this area, so we waited for him to depart, otherwise he wouldn't have time to depart because we were doing the circuits. But this was really neat. So, nice. Emil, Golf 8 Victor for me. I'll just do the visual. But I think I'll overtake you, Emil. I think I'll overtake you in the meantime. 20 minutes to go. Flight level 210. So we're descending nicely. Let me add just one more click of descent right there. Yeah, like that. I like that more. And I'm gonna keep pushing the airplane. Yeah, I'm gonna overtake you on this straight. 321 knots on the descent. Not bad. 19.5 minutes to go. Flight level 230. So it's a 1,000 feet of discrepancy, which is totally fine because we still have to do a little bit of turn. It's like a long base turn. So it will work. Also, let me check again the weather for Adelaide. QNH1009er, no wind. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Alright, also, in case we go missed for some reason, we're gonna proceed straight ahead, so then a right-hand turn, and we're just gonna do or maybe a left-hand turn. Let me see, what does the chart say regarding... We have a VFR chart. Noise abatement, no. This is initial approach. We don't have a view. I wish I had a VFR chart. Nah, it's fine. Totally fine. Elevation is 20. So if something goes wrong, what we're gonna be doing is left-hand circuit at 1,000 feet and just do another attempt. That's basically it. That's gonna be the go around. So the brief is complete. We have the idea. It's gonna be visual, straight to base, right-hand turn to final. And in case of missed, proceed straight ahead 1,000 feet, left-hand turn for the circuit, visual traffic pattern. That's gonna be it. Let's check how are we looking here for the approach speed. VRF 100 knots, kind of the same rate. Marker 1, 160 flaps approach limit 160, gear down limit 184, marker 3. Looking good. "16 minutes to go. The wind is starting to drop, 19 knots there. Still great on the descent. Look out for the speed. And I could probably engage the engine anti-ice. Drop a little bit of torque there. I mean, it's not really needed here, so actually never know. I'll fly without it. I'll decrease the torque just a tiny bit. Otherwise, I'm going to get into the red line there. And that's going to be a problem. Wow, I love... Look at this. Look at the terrain. Outside view. Look at that. Whoa. That's pretty nice. That livery is great. Approaching 160. Actually, just past 170 and 16 minutes on the clock. Not bad. Looking good. So 50 knots indicated. Decision height, I'm going to put 1,020. So I need 2 more clicks. 1, 2. Here we go. This is why we're going to do the 1,000 for the VFR. Man, this looks great. Look at it. Daifuka, what series are you using for the ground? Looks good. This is ARC Ortho Photo at zoom level 15. Yeah, it does look good indeed. Probably not if I go really close to it, but it's still, man, from altitude is really nice. And at this time I probably overtook ML, that is totally correct. And these guys are in the circuit. Really good stuff. Hey, Virtual Pilot. Hello, welcome to the stream. How's the celebration of your birthday? Guys, everybody, Virtual Pilot had his birthday 2 days ago. So everybody say happy birthday to Virtual Pilot. We are just approaching Adelaide right now. We are 14 minutes from the airport. Yeah, the wind speed is dropping down. So I'll probably do 1 click up now. And yeah, it's looking good. Fuel flow is a little bit higher now, which is understandable. And that is it. Cooler being a good example there. And well, it was great. Thanks, says Virtual Pilot. Thank you. That's great. That's very good. And I feel like I want to go 900 feet a minute. Because the wind speed has really dropped. Which is totally fine for me. Just an observation. Virtual pilot, now I'm thinking of flying to somewhere. Well, Australia is a great place. We've been looking into this now, and it's a beautiful country, and we just had a lot of fun on that road trip. So that was really cool. Airspace near and ahead. So Emil is doing the standard arrival. Emil, are you going for runway? Are you going for runway 05? I'm gonna go for runway 23. I know why you're going for runway 05, and you're probably right, but because this is a medical emergency, I don't really want to care for noise abatement right now. But I see what you're doing. "12 minutes on the clock. Speeder looking good. Just take a little bit of torque out. And I'll do one more click of nose up. Also, we are approaching transition level, and QNH will be set to 1009er. Speaking of spiders, I have a small spider right now near my monitor on the wall, trying to, I don't know if he's doing a net or something, but it's literally on a vertical wall, so I'm not sure what he's trying to do there. He's having a hard time, I guess. Or maybe he's actually doing a net and I'm just not understanding that he's doing a net. So speaking of Australia, looks like the spiders have gotten to Portugal. But it's a very small one. It's literally, I don't know, maybe like half centimeter size. Alright, 11 minutes to go. At this speed, of course. I see some clouds there, but they are so few. And I probably shouldn't be that worried with them. Alright, these guys have landed. Good stuff. So I can just fly past them as quickly as I can. And keep going down. Right, there we go. For transition level, let's go KNH1009er here, and that's equal to 2980. Set on the second altimeter. Temperature 17 degrees. Wind chill NTI is going to go off. "10 minutes on the clock. We're also approaching 10,000 feet. I'll do 2 more clicks. The wind has really dropped and it's now a direct headwind almost. I'm gonna try to do the smoothest landing possible. 10,000 feet, let's go. Recognition lights on. could go engine anti-ice on, but not really required now. It's 19 degrees, we're at 10,000 feet, and it's literally night time in Australia. And we've got 42 miles to go. Let's see, how are we looking in the pressurization? Looking good. Minutes. Literally a headwind. Let me just confirm with explained weather if it's not crazily different. Wind light and variable visibility more than 10 miles, sky conditions 2,000. Yeah, alright, the rest looks good. Light and variable means I can take the other runway. Runway 23, so that's the original plan. Alright, those guys left. So I should be flying somewhere above that strip of land. Seven minutes. Oh, this works. Oh, I didn't know this worked. All right, let's look somewhere else. But it's actually nice. I know the oxygen mask works. This is really cool. Really well implemented. Rotor speed is increasing, so I'm gonna decrease the torque there. Six minutes to go. There's Adelaide City. Gonna bring our injured passengers to hospital safely and smoothly. Oh yeah, we overtook by a decent bit. That's a big oil tanker. Scenery looks nice. There are the few clouds that they were probably talking. Really small clouds. But that's good. It means we can take and do the approach efficiently. 4.5 minutes. We are just so slightly high, so I do want to click nose down, but I feel like we are surely good. I think I can see the airport. Yep, that's the airport right there. So let me actually hand fly a little bit. Autopilot off. My controls. And I'll open it a little bit to the side. Just check the chart here. Runway 23. Runway 23 is pointing there. And right now we are visual, so I can go ahead and select some VOR1. And I can adjust the course for it to be 230. This way we have a good idea of where will be the runway. Oops. 230. Set. I can go and stick the heading there as well. Set. Speed is good. I can see the airport now nicely. This is the crossing runway. We're not going to this one, we are going for this one. And that's where we're going to be parking. We already should have an ambulance waiting for us there. So pretty good. I'm going to start to pull back the torque. Green airplane. Let's move the props forward. Do everything as smoothly as possible. We're a bit high, but we're gonna get there in no time. Pressurization is working. Adelaide traffic, flight of 311 is on a long base turn for runway 23, Adelaide. Speed is slowly decreasing. Let's set ourselves 90 degrees for the runway. Gonna put the power to idle, let's slow down. Once I put the gear down, it's going to be no problem. But until I put the gear down, we need that airspeed. Ooh, smoothly. The trim is just really slow to actuate. That's why I left it to stick there and it really went down. We're below landing gear deployment, so let's go gear down. Below 160, flaps approach. Landing lights are on, taxi light is on. Remember, V approach was 100 knots. I'm not going to pull the flaps full until we turn to final. We are at good speed, descending nicely. Can even add a little bit of power. I don't want to go below blue line. Yeah, this is a little bit too sensitive for my taste. There's 2000. A bit high, but no big deal. start, turn to final. Let's actually go for flaps here. Alright, then we've got gear down, 3 green, flaps and lights are set, we're ready to land. Let's go for 110. Adelaide traffic, flight up 311, starting final runway 23. Speed is a little bit high, we are a little bit high. But this is a king gear, it's not a big problem. Let's go get that profile. Line up with the runway. Almost on profile. Speed is 120, looking for 110. A little bit of wind from the right. 115, 1 red, stable on the profile, beautiful. 2 whites, 2 reds, set the power in. 115 on the speed, a bit fast. Yeah, trim is weird. Reverse. Welcome to Adelaide. Laps up. That's... Now we need to go a little bit forward. Let it roll. I didn't even apply brake pressure. I just put it into beta reverse very slowly, and that is it. Welcome everybody. Let's just go to the ramp. Foxtrot 4, let me confirm, was it Foxtrot 4? No, Foxtrot 5. Let's vacate on the next one. Transponder mode to altitude only. I literally didn't touch the brakes. I'm gonna touch the brakes first time now. You can even hear it. Emily, we're coming soon, alright? Adelaide traffic, flight dock 311, runway 23 vacated. Clear on the left. Let's go strobe lights off. Aha, thank you very much. Thank you for being here, guys. Let's park, let's wait for ML. And let's get some rest. This adventure was really nice. Let's see, where is Emil? I'm gonna try not to miss his landing. Okay, he's close. Near the ramp. Yeah, that approach was a little bit high, a little bit fast, but I felt like it was controlled. You guys tell me if you don't feel like it. marshaller here. But my guess is this place is good. Parking brake set, taxi light off. Alright, transponder standby. Avionics master power off. Rudder boost electric pitch trim is off. Inverter is off. Switch off the gens. We gotta leave the plane. Got a passenger on board. Needs to get off. Below 30. And back to feather. Seatbelt sign is gonna go off. Kevin, I'll leave that. And I imagine we would immediately have somebody put the chocks already. Let's go beacon light off. The chocks, if somebody would have opened the door. Maybe a GPU. Below 10%, fuel pumps off. And I'll leave the battery for now. Can actually go with external power on. Battery off. Ah, never mind. I need the battery. But external power on. Alright, let's see where's Emil. Oh, he's landing. What runway? He's landing on the other one. Quick. Ah, there we go. Yes, in time. Not missing. Not missing this one. Okay. Gear is down. Lights are on. Looking good. Do it smoothly. You have an injured, drunk truck driver. There we go. Now he's probably vacate on this one, and never mind. Next one, that one. That's gonna be the shortest one. Yeah, I see. That was a big of. I mean, that was a lot of braking. All right, very good. So the airplane is set. What else can I bring here to make this a little bit enjoying? Cleaning van, people maybe. We don't have an ambulance, but the cleaning van actually looks like an ambulance, so we're gonna pretend that's an ambulance. And let's just wait for Emil. Yeah, it really looks like an ambulance. Wait, let me do it like this. Whoa, that was a bit fast. That was a bit fast. Like that. There is Emil doing 60 knots in the taxiway. And that's it. So while he comes here, let's have a look at Valenta to make to check a little bit our flight. So we already saw how was the oh, it's not ND, it's FD. Jesus. How was the departure there? Then we were on the same course as Emil, and that's why we did this heading turn a little bit to the side, and then we proceeded direct to a nice steady descent. Why is there no statistics? Oh wait, isn't the flight finished? What? I'm confused now. There we go. There's our descent, pretty nice, continuous descent. Landing was -104. Here I took manual control, entered a very long base turn, and turn to final. Very smooth turn to final. And a nice taxi to the gate. So far, so good. Alright, Emil decided to park away from us. He doesn't like us. He wanted to park near the other C90s. I understand. It's all good. Guys, I hope you liked this video and you enjoyed this flight to the dirt. No, not the dirt strip, but the road strip. This was actually something I never did, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go now and post the file with the scenery on the forum, so you guys can download it and enjoy it yourselves. And yeah, until then, I enjoy you a great rest of the weekend and a great week. Oh, I see Emil likes reversing. Please don't tip your tail, don't tip your tail. And I wish you a great next week. We're gonna see you there for more turboprop action. We should be flying either the Cessna or again the King Air. We'll see how the weather turns out. But yeah, that will be fun. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you for all the support. We're gonna see you soon. You guys are amazing. I love you. Yeah, see ya. Bye bye. And thanks, Emil, for flying with me. I always forget.